Well, Lindsay, it's easy for life to become overwhelming when we have all the things that we have to do. You're running here, there, and everywhere. But don't worry, today that we have some tips to help get a little bit more balance in your life with life coach Deirdre Danahar. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit more. People feel like things just get so overwhelming with all that we have to do in our busy schedules, but it's not so difficult to get things back in balance. Is that right?
It can be possible to get things back in balance. And let me just preference something about balance. We're not scales, we're people. We're vibrant human beings who have lots of responsibilities. And absolute balance would require that you're spending the same amount of time on every part of your life. Your work life, your home life, yourself. And that's
just
not possible.
Not possible, right.
So what I encourage people to do is think about how can you shift things in your life so that you can have something that feels more centered for you, but also feels fulfilling.
So is setting those priorities, that's really kind of one of the first steps, right?
Absolutely, that's part of it. And so one of the first things I ask people to do when they come to me and they say, I just feel like everything's out of whack, is just track your time for a week. How are you spending it? Where is it being used in the most efficient manner possible, and where is it being used in things that sort of take your time away? And we all have those things. So that would be the first thing I would ask somebody to do. Is that something you've done?
It is not something that I've done. I know that I would probably be surprised if I started listing out. I probably would realize that I'm not balancing things out just as much as I should. And I think a lot of people probably would be surprised when they looked at kind of the ratio of I'm spending this much time at work or this much time at home.
Or this much time on Facebook.
Right.
Okay, and so the next thing I suggest that people do is create a list of non-negotiables. These are the things you want to make absolutely certain you are doing. And they need to include things that are going to feed you as a human being and not just what I need to do for work. And put those things in your calendar, keeping them as important as you would keep going to a doctor's appointment or whatever you hold most sacred.
Are there any kind of takeaways or giveaways that you can say, okay, well, today I'm going to do this, or can that become kind of dangerous if you start to veer away from these lists of priorities and non-negotiables?
Actually, that's a perfect segue into my next tip for people, which is to create a list of regular habits. And so you can't do everything in a single day. So what are the most important things that you want to do on Monday versus Saturday or whatever, and just pick a couple, put them in your calendar, and once you get them done, great, and then if you can do extra after that, fantastic. If not, mission accomplished.
Such good tips here. I know that it's something that we could all use as busy as life gets, but tell me a little bit just where we can get more information about you, or if somebody wants to come and kind of work out a little bit more balance.
Sure. Probably the easiest way to get in touch with me is to send me an email at deirdre@inmotioncc.com. Go to my website. I have lots of tips there on my resource page, or give me a call. I'd love to talk with you.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us those wonderful tips.